did not follow accepted practices or procedures. For instance, police reports. They had the wrong addresses. There was 3 police forces involved. There was the SQ that hit my mother. There was the Kitigan ZB band police who had jurisdiction over the highway, and there was the Montreal police that arrived 8 hours later. There was 3 police forces involved. They didn't have the address right. Times were all wrong. His brother made a report and said the first factor of my mom's death was negligence of a pedestrian, and the second factor was alcohol. This is the brother of the cop that just hit my mother. Just want to read you the first paragraph of the coroner's report. Gladys Tolley lived alone in a house near Kitigan CB Reserve, an Aboriginal community located south of Maniwaki in the Outaouais. This reserve was founded in 1851 and is the most heavily populated of Quebec's 9 Algonquin communities. It has 2,350 inhabitants, live in 380 houses on lands covering 11,166 hectares. He put Mrs. Tolley drank every day. This is the first paragraph of the coroner's report, and he did not see my mom. We had a collision analysis. He came. He used the wrong formula to determine the speed, how fast the police were going. The same accident reconstructionist, 6 months after my mother died, there was a young boy in Sept-Îles that same thing, got struck by the police. And the same accident reconstructionist went up there. This is 6 months after my mom. And he also used the wrong formula in that case. So the same guy went to 2 accidents and used the two wrong formulas in both native cases. In the days, months, and years following my mom's death, the police who are supposed to be there to serve and protect were confrontational, refused to share information about the case with my family or communicate with us in English. They treated me as a troublemaker because I wanted the officers to be held responsible for my mother's death. This swift, secretive, self-serving actions had taken away what little faith I had in the police and justice system, leaving me with an ongoing mistrust of systems which have failed First Nation communities for generations. It is my belief that the actions of the police following my mother's death greatly breached her dignity and respect of that of our entire family. A public review of the conduct of the police officers who struck and killed my mom and of the investigation that followed is warranted in order to correct this miscarriage of justice and to restore my mother's spirit. As the spokesperson for the Tolley family, we feel strongly that these missteps warrant an independent investigation. Only an investigation fully independent of the police can satisfy that there is no bias in favor of the authorities and to ensure that the truth comes out. In 2006, I approached the Native Women's Association of Canada about holding a vigil in memory of the missing and murdered Aboriginal women in Canada. It was my intent to have their photographs and stories brought to a place where they could no longer be ignored, Parliament Hill. On October 4th, the First Sisters in Spirit vigils were held in 11 communities, and by 2009, the number of vigils had grown to 72 in 69 communities, including one in each province, territory, and even internationally in Nicaragua. October 4th is now a day for communities across the country to come together to raise awareness, honor, and remember all of the murdered and missing Aboriginal sisters, mothers, daughters, aunties, and friends who have been taken away from us too soon. I ask anyone who has information about my mother's death or about the night she was killed, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant they feel the information might be, to come forward. I am reaching out especially to those who may have been fearful of coming forward in the past. Anyone with information should contact me by email at tollyb@hotmail.com. In closing, I do not want my mother's death to be just another Indian woman's misfortune, ending up like countless others, like the Anishinaabe men who were dropped off at the edge of town in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and froze to death as a result of improper police protocols and negligence, or like Helen Betty Osborne, whose murder was improperly investigated for many years. So today I stand before you, carrying my fight for justice, for our mother Gladys Tolley. But my fight is not over, and so I journey forward. To support my family's fight for an independent investigation, I have a petition in the back, so please sign it. Regret.
Donc, on va continuer avec Najla Bénis, qui elle a perdu son frère Mohamed Anas Bénis. Qui a été abattu par la police aussi le 1er décembre 2005 par 2 balles dans le quartier Côte-des-Neiges.
Mohamed Anas Bénis. Mohamed Anas Bénis. Mohamed Anas Bénis. Qui l'a tué?
La police.
Qui l'a tué?
La police.
Et qu'est-ce qu'on veut?